My name is Elisa Ismitasari and thanks for having me. Today, I'm going to elaborate about the introductory of literary works adjusted being an English future teacher. As we know that as a future teacher, learning English literature is a must because English literature becomes one of proficiency subject. When as a future teacher learn about English literature, they have to know about 3 points. Those are: how was English literature created? What does the literature mean? Or we can say the definition of literature. And the last one about the reason why as a future teacher has to learn about English literature. Okay, next, the first point about how was English literature created. A long time ago, in the 5th century, Beowulf as one of literary works was created in Anglo-Saxon in Britain. Cymon and Cynewulf were the 2 poets at the time. Unfortunately, in 867, Denmark took control the Britain and burned the library. Of course, the literary works being fired. In 1066, Scandinavian came into the Britain and triggered between Norman and Saxon. That's why Ivanhoe as a literary works was created in late of 12th century. That's a little bit explanation about the history of English literature. And the next point about the literary means. Actually, the definition of English literature is a piece of writing, even oral or written, composition that tells story and emotion and express in analyzing the ideas. And the literature comprises into 3 genres. Those are poetry, prose, and play or drama. Move to the poetry. Before I elaborate about the poetry itself, I'm going to explain about the poem. Poem is a piece of writing valued as work art written in pattern of line, usually with rhythm and rhyme, and it's used to express the writer's feeling. For example, Sick Rose. Sick Rose is one of the poem. And the next about poetry. Poetry is the collection of poems. The next point is prose. Prose is oral or written language, composed in ordinary way, and it is limited by rules compared to poetry. It means in prose, people just use an ordinary language. And the division of prose divided into 3 parts. Those are prose based on period of time. It is such as old prose or modern prose. The old prose like legend, myth, folk tales, and fairy tales. The second, prose based on the way how to write it. It is described about how the prose in written, such as narrative prose, descriptive or argumentative prose. And the last point, prose based on its source. It is divided into two kinds. Those are fiction and non-fiction. The last genres of literature is play or drama. Play or drama is a literary composition involving conflict, action, crisis, and atmosphere designed to be acted of the player on the stage before an audience. And here I've got 9 elements of drama. Actually, the elements of drama divided into 9 points. Those are themes. Themes means the main of idea. And second, the character and characterization. The third is setting. It includes a setting of time and place. Next, stage and director, who arranged the plot of the drama. The next is the audience. Audience is the people who watch the drama. The next is actors and actresses who plays in the drama itself. And the next is plot. Actually here, plot of drama divided into 5 parts. First, about the exposition. In exposition, there is an introduction of the themes, character, and setting. And after exposition, we can find the rising action. Rising action describes when the problems appears. The next is climax. Climax is the top of problem. And after climax, there is a falling action where the problems will be disappeared. And the last one, the resolution. The next point of elements of drama is suspense and foreshadowing, or we can say it same as synopsis of drama. The last point is about the dialogue. Okay? And the last point is why, as a future teacher, has to learn about English literature. As we know that English literature is a must for future teacher. It helps us to improve our first language skills, includes listening, speaking, reading, and writing. In improving our speaking skills, we can improve our pronunciation. On the other hand, while we are improving reading and writing skills, we can improve our grammar and structure. The next, about building our understanding about cultural background. Of course, when we have to analyze the prose, of course we have to know about the cultural background of that prose itself. The next point about building students' character, or we can build our character. We can find it when we have to find out the moral value. And the last one, it helps us to prepare in making a good lesson plan. Of course, a good lesson plan will be good impact when we are teaching in the classroom.